Earlier this year I decided I wanted to start reading and collecting more manga. My collection at this time consisted of a bunch of Naruto volumes from my childhood, 3 random volumes of My Hero Academia, and Volume 1 of Rent a Girlfriend. And it will remain just one. When I decided I was going to start building up my collection, I thought it'd be a good idea to put some rules into place. The rules being, there are no rules. I picked up manga that I knew were good, I picked up manga that I researched and thought I'd like, but most importantly, I'd pick up manga that I didn't know anything about and just thought the cover looked cool. The final option being the most exciting to me. I love when I can go into something with no prior knowledge or expectations. And when I saw the cover Bukimi Miki's Shy, I did exactly that. However, when I picked up Shy earlier this year, I finished chapter 1 and decided to put it down, figuring that this might be one of the times where the cool cover didn't reflect the content between its spine. In recent months, I picked it back up thinking, I spent 13 Canadian dollars on this thing, the least I could do is see it through. And thank God I decided my purchases should hold some value because after rereading chapter 1, I was left confused as to why I put it down in the first place. Shy is absolutely worth that $13 CAD and then some. When Earth started to edge closer to the brink of war, incredible people with incredible powers wearing embarrassing outfits began to appear. These individuals are called heroes. These heroes brought on and continue to maintain this era of peace the world currently lives in. Each country has their own specific hero. Britain has the rock star hero Stardust, Russia has the cheerful drunk spirits, and Japan has Shy, our main protagonist. This is Teru Mumijiyama, and her hero name isn't some cute witticism. She's literally deathly shy, so not the typical confident personality most heroes tend to possess. Hi everybody! Hi! I am the Japanese heroine. My name is Shy. Pleased to meet you. I know this is the Hartman show, but I was invited as a guest, so... I'm hungry. So boring. I need to take a leak. Hurry it up! Right. You're right. I'm sorry. Then I'll go so the show can begin. See you, everyone. Good luck, Shy! Thank you. Okay, thank you all for waiting. Now it's time for our Hartman to appear. Good work out there. Thanks. This is Japanese heroine Shy. I feel terrible. Shy tries to take a moment to rest from her public speaking engagement, but it's cut short when she and her partner Envilio, aka Ebio, or Shrimpy if you're reading the official English translation, hear a call for help outside. A roller coaster got stuck in the tracks at the worst possible point. The riders dangle upside down mid-loop-de-loop. The same boy who wished Shy luck when she was leaving the stage is seen stuck on the roller coaster with his sister. Shy flies up and tells everyone not to worry. The brother and sister are in the first car, so Shy asks the sister to take her hand so she could take her down safely. However, the girl insists that Shy rescues her brother and the other passengers first, saying that the order doesn't really matter since you'll save us all anyway, right? Shy agrees with that logic and brings the other passengers down before the selfless girl. Just as Shy is about to retrieve her, she hears a troubling noise coming from the roller coaster. You could say it's not stuck anymore. The coaster hurls backwards with the girl still on board with so much force it flies off the tracks. Shy rushes into action and catches the coaster before it hits the ground, which, super badass by the way. But Shy must have skipped physics class because the speed in which the car was falling was way too fast to be stopped so suddenly. At 11 a.m. yesterday at Himawari Land Amusement Park, a jet coaster was stopped dead in the middle of a loop. Yoshikawa Iko, a middle schooler, was hospitalized in critical condition after this incident. Some claim that the responsible party for this is the hero present at the time of the incident, Shy. What kind of hero just runs away after just some criticism? Shy is so useless. What about her duties? Doesn't she make money from this? Is Shy ever going to return? This early on in Shy, I felt that it set itself apart. The beginning pages certainly had me making comparisons to My Hero Academia, but as I continued to read the first volume of Shy, it gets to the very fascinating human side of superheroes that I enjoy a lot. While Midori was once a boy who had to prove to the world that he deserved to be a hero, Teru on the other hand is a hero who believes she doesn't deserve to be one at all. Where young Midori would hear All Might say, "You too can become a hero," and believe it, Teru is the type of person who would hear the same quote and believe it applies to everyone but herself. At least at this point in the story. While she's in this depression, she goes all Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 on us and can't transform into her hero form. Shrimpy and her mentor, the Russian hero Spirit I mentioned earlier, try to get her out of this rut. Spirit bestows upon her some really great words of encouragement, but nothing seems to work until she encounters a familiar face from that traumatizing day. Before I get to that, I just want to quickly say how fast I fell in love with Bukimi Miki's art style. Their line quality is so consistent and fluid. I don't know how else to describe their art style besides soft or gentle. The characters are also really cute. Bikini, when writing about their design process for Teru and her superhero outfit, they said that they tried their hardest not to make Shai look too sexy or too cute. I'm sorry, Bikini, but you'll have to try harder on the not too cute part, because I don't know how adorable wouldn't be the first word that comes to your mind when you look at this character. Don't let Teru's cutesy appearance and Bikini's gentle lines fool you though. Bikini Miki can absolutely pull off intense pages and dynamic action when the manga calls for it. Speaking of intense, let's get back to the encounter I teased earlier. When Teru is walking home, she comes across a fire emergency scene. A hotel is on fire and there's still people trapped on the higher floors of the building. The firefighters on duty won't be able to make it in time to save everyone. Teru tries to transform again, but she's still traumatized about the roller coaster incident. Teru then overhears a firefighter yelling at a brave kid who wants to play hero. It's the brother of Iko Koshikawa, the same girl that she failed to save that day. When the firefighter says the boy should be very afraid of the fire, he responds to the firefighter that even though when we're scared, as long as we want to save people, any of us can be a hero. God, exploded! Look out, there's debris falling! Where's that kid? Is he okay? Who are you? You're right. Even heroes can be overcome by fear. I'm really scared right now. My whole body is trembling. But I want to overcome that fear, because I don't want you to see me in this embarrassing state. Because I am Shai. I take over from here, little hero. Very amazing Spider-Man 2 of you, Shai. Though she is able to evacuate the remaining civilians with some last-minute assistance from Spirit, Shai doesn't feel as though she's saved anyone. Many were still injured, if she had only arrived sooner. Shai wishes she could save everyone, but she can't. I mean, every hero does. She knows this, but it's a hard fact for her to accept. But she is slowly learning that her doing nothing is far worse than selfish behavior when she has the power to do something. Again, very Spider-Man of you, Shai. As I said at the beginning of the video, I put Shai down after reading the first chapter. Rereading, I think the reason for that was because of the various comparisons I was able to make. We are very saturated when it comes to superhero content in the past 10 years. I think I may have felt a little burnt out on the genre when I started reading. But what I think I was able to get from my reread, and what I think audiences enjoy most about superhero stories, is when we get to see ourselves in them, the human side of superhumans. Going through struggles that everyday people struggle with, but to an extreme degree with the pressure of being a hero. Those struggles that Shai briefly overcame in the hotel fire rescue quickly returned soon after. But before that, Spirit, whose real name is Peppy Shaw, takes Shai to the Heroes HQ in outer space. There she meets an alien named Unilord, or as her teammates call her, Uni. She's the supervisor of the heroes of Earth. She explains that in this world where peace has been achieved, heroes, especially those like Shai, have a special purpose with this new crisis that looms on the horizon. She says although war in the world has been avoided, war still exists in people's hearts. Uni tells Shai her duty as a hero is to shine the light of hope into people's hearts. Though I didn't understand it at first, this is the part of Shai's hero style that I enjoy the most. Soon I'll be able to explain that to you, but first I gotta tell you why Teru reverts back into her depression. You see, a new student joins Teru's class one day, and that student is Iko Koshikawa, the same girl Shai quote-unquote failed to save. She now wears a knee brace and walks with crutches. She explains to her classmates that the reason she transferred to this school from the prestigious school she originally attended was because of this injury. The distance between Iko's old school and her home was way too far, and Teru's school was just easier to commute. Teru's guilt for Shai's failure begins to build and build. After class, Teru finds Iko sitting on the steps in pain. Teru insists on taking Iko to the nurse's office, where they find out she simply had forgotten to take her pain medications. If I just done my job right that day, she wouldn't be in this state. I'm not a hero. Momijiyama-san, you're a lot like her. Shai, I mean. Huh? And why would you say that? Did she find out? The way you called out to me on the stairs earlier. Remind me of Shai. You know, she saved me. I was scared out of my wits, and there she was appearing to save the day. I'm sure it's a common scene nowadays, but to me, the sight of her appearing to rescue us was unforgettable. And just when I was thinking about her earlier, you appeared. I actually thought you were her for a moment. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, aren't I? Koshikawa-san, are you angry at Shai? Why would I be? If Shai had just done her job right, your leg wouldn't have been like this now. That's what everyone's saying. They're wrong. Why would I be angry at someone who had done their best to save them? She did her best to save me, and she did. Just like you did, Momijiyama-san. Iko's kindness brings Teru to tears. Teru leaves for a moment to wash her face, leaving Iko in the nurse's office alone, where the pain in her leg begins to return. Suddenly, This is Stigma, the villain in the story, or at least the villain of this arc that I'm currently in. Stigma has a goal to set hearts free. He believes hearts are, quote, trapped inside these human-shaped cages. Stigma says people keep their true selves hidden, so he frees hearts from their human cages. When Stigma uses his ability to set Eiko's heart free, she undergoes a transformation she can't control. In this state, the person that has been set free goes through something called a mental leakage. Eiko's emotions are now manifesting physically into dark crystals, and Eiko begins to uncontrollably lash out. That emotion is assumed to be an intense hatred towards someone. At first, the thoughts that manifest are self-hatred. Eiko recounts situations where needing to be saved put others at risk, namely a house fire that claimed her parents' lives. But she then turns her hatred towards Shy. What do we do? Teru, stay calm. Shy, when my house was swallowed by fire, if Hiro was there, if you were there, then no one would have had to die. Why weren't you there, Shy? Why didn't you save them? We're not equal to you, heroes! Teru, don't listen. You can't save me. You can't save anyone. She doesn't know what she's saying, Shy. Those words are just hatred and confusion brought up by the ring. Don't listen to any of it. No! I have to listen. It's my duty to. And Shy does exactly that. She takes Eiko's pain, listens to her problems, and holds her hand through it all. Eventually the crystals subside enough for Shy to remove what was causing the transformation. This is what Uni meant by shining a ray of hope into people's hearts. Shy, of course, is a hero in the regular sense. She can save people from burning buildings, dash in for last-minute saves, but she also has the power to save people from themselves. Though I do think seeing her grow more confident in herself will be rewarding, I think Teru learning that her shyness can be used as a strength is also powerful. She has the ability to hear people out and see the kindness in their hearts, and I appreciate that quality in Shy. Being able to see the good in those who don't see it in themselves, allowing those parts of them to come out or at least be acknowledged. From what I can gather, Shy is Bukimi Miki's first serialized works. Like many authors, Bukimi signs off with a letter from them at the end of each volume. And I love this because it always reminds me that there's a human behind these words and art. What Bukimi writes in the back of volume 1 is probably my favorite trait that's found in both the author and in Shy. They write, quote, "If you're wondering why this has been handwritten, it's because I have a huge complex about my poor handwriting. In other words, it's a message to myself to say, from this point on, I won't be afraid of being embarrassed. Instead, I'll go ahead and humiliate myself a bunch. And that's what I've decided to do." End quote. I admire this trait in the author, the do-it-scared mentality. We often talk ourselves out of things based on hypotheticals. What if this happens? What will people think if I do this? And so on. We hold ourselves back, and in the end, all we're left with is regrets. But the author laughs in the face of embarrassment in a small way by writing the afterword in a way that makes them feel self-conscious. And they also laugh in the face of embarrassment in a big way by sharing the manga itself. Putting your story out there, it must be scary. But what would be worse is that you in your last days thinking how much you regret not sharing that story. Shy is the same. Shy thinks she's weak because of her introverted nature. But the fact that she does what she does despite her timidness makes her the bravest hero of them all. She can't stand when people look at her, but she steps outside to do it every day. She's not strong, but she jumps into danger to protect others. Shy is weak, but she saves people, and that makes her strong.